The next time you walk into a store, pay attention to what you smell, what you hear, and what you see. Today, we're going to talk about sensory marketing and how it can be used to tap into the subconscious of customers.
You know, Mike was just mentioning it a few minutes ago, and it's going to show my age, but back in the day, we used to send letters to your girlfriend, right? And so what you do is you take a little squirt of the perfume and squirt it on it, and so when she opened that letter, she could just feel the love coming right through to her, you know. But that's an old way of doing this. Yeah.
So with the way that the brain works, sensory marketing is defined as a strategy used to engage the senses to sell products. And by engaging multiple senses, you can establish a positive emotional connection with a brand. So, guys, there's a wide variety of industries that use sensory marketing, and that's sight, touch, smell, taste, all the differences, what you hear. We just made a video about music while you're shopping, but today we're going to talk about a little bit of everything.
Yeah, like the Abercrombie thing is another good example because they'd have the visual because when they opened stores, they had those young male models in bathing suits in a six-pack. You had the cologne. Anybody who's been in a mall around Abercrombie, you can smell it 3 or 4 stores down. And then the music that they had in there was always, whatever the current thing was in culture, So they were appeasing to everybody's, all 3 of these things that were going on at one time.
Yeah. So, guys, I'm going to tell you a story. And many of you probably have not heard of this marketing campaign because I just told Mike and Sean about it. They hadn't heard about it either. This was a marketing campaign done back in 2012 in South Korea by Dunkin Donuts. The whole idea of it was there was a bunch of different Dunkin Donuts that were located right by bus stops. So Dunkin Donuts came up with the idea of flavor radio. And pretty much there's 350,000 people back in the day that were riding these commuter buses. What they did was they put a device on each of the buses that every time the Dunkin Donuts ad, it was like a jingle, would play, the scent of coffee would come out onto the bus.
Amazing.
So people were smelling coffee and hearing a Dunkin Donuts jingle. Coincidentally, that ad would play every time a bus would be coming to a stop. Right by the bus stop was a Dunkin Donuts.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I have some numbers for you. It resulted in a 29% sales increase in the shops by the bus stops and a 16% increase in visitors inside of the stores. So they were driving people, and the whole idea was when they smell coffee, they think of Dunkin Donuts.
That is absolutely.
So they wanted to create that sensory smell of a nice fresh brewed coffee with Dunkin. And it did work. I mean, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And especially think about it, all those commuters on the bus were people coming to and from work. Yep. They're tired. They need coffee. They need their caffeine kick. Yeah, so it was creating a positive emotional response, too. That was the idea of the jingle.
Yes, and flawless execution.
Yeah.
I mean, that's brilliant. You got a scent on the bus stops by the Dunkin Donuts. The people flow in. It makes a ton of sense when you think about it. What a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I'll put a picture of what the actual ad from Dunkin said, and it explains it more too. But yeah, that's just amazing. I'd never heard of that campaign.
Yeah, so retail operations, hey, have good music on. I walk in the store, I start smiling and jigging and dancing and moving. Listen, it's the wallet flows also, So think about these things when you're setting up your retail store for the holidays, man, that have an inviting smells really great candles or great scent.
And I think definitely too, guys, when you think about your brand and the products you're selling, you want to cater to your audience, right? If you want a super encouraging store, then maybe play some pop, some fun music, whatever today's hits are. But we talked about this with Christmas. You would think people would get annoyed with Christmas music because they play it for probably 2 months straight through November and December. Yep. But if if it's curated the right way with the different genres, because you have jazz, classic, today's Christmas music, country Christmas. And it's so interesting. We really encourage you to go do your own research on this. There are experts that can actually do this for you too. They are experts in creating playlists for retail stores.
Yeah,
which is so crazy.
Yeah, so listen, our encouragement is anybody that has a retail store, implement this holidays.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot of effort, and you can get a big return on it. So I hope you have a great holiday season, everybody, and I hope you guys knock the cover off the ball.